Class is now in session. Welcome Hillman Talk students to Social Work 403, Decolonial Approaches to Mental Health. For those of you who haven't heard, this 403 class is now going to be the prerequisite for the 404 class, Nature-Based Therapeutic Practices in Mental Health Therapy. So if you had originally expressed interest in the 404 and you're confused as to why we're only talking about the 403 now, this is why, because this class is going to be the prerequisite for that one. So hang tight, stick with us. We will get to the 404, but we need to cover some foundational concepts and ideologies that will put a lot of the nature-based practices that we do into context. So hang in there with us. Just for future reference, if you are joining in late and you want to catch up, you can watch all of my videos on my profile. I'm also going to make a playlist specifically for this class, Decolonial Approaches to Mental Health. Just find that playlist and you can watch all the videos in order as they come out. As you go through your semester, you might start noticing that my class is going to be a little bit different from some of the other Hillman Talk courses. And the reason for this is because we are discussing decolonial approaches to mental health. And so it's going to be important that we structure our teaching and our learning experience to be decolonial as well. With that in mind, this class is meant to be experiential. In order to make it such, we're going to have to address a couple of things. This class is going to teach you how to practice etuapmok, tuaisin. As some of you may have noticed from a previous video, we have two syllabuses for this class. If you don't have your copy of the syllabus yet, just go to the link in my profile, scroll down to the class number, and you can find a Google Sheet that has both versions of the syllabus there. So the reason we have two syllabi is to start this class right at the outset, already engaging in the practice of tuaisin. So you'll notice that one syllabus is looking at this class and describing this class from a Western perspective. The other syllabus is going to be describing this class from indigenous perspectives. And all throughout the course, we're going to be learning how to walk between these two worlds. So whenever we have an example in front of us, we're going to try to practice looking at it from both the Western perspective and indigenous perspectives. Moving on. You might also notice that my classes tend to run a little bit longer than some of your other Hillman Talk University courses. That is also intentional. We're going to take our time in this class. My videos might be a little bit longer. I might talk a little bit slower. If you can't finish a video in any given moment, feel free to save it, come back later. Like I mentioned earlier, you can always go to my profile, check the playlist. The videos will be there so you can return to it whenever you do have the time. That being said, your first decolonial approach to mental health is to simply slow down. I know on TikTok, we're pretty used to just kind of scrolling through videos pretty quickly. And that's also maybe the way that we're kind of living our lives, just going from one thing to the next thing pretty quickly. But this class is an invitation to slow down. It's an invitation to pause for a moment. If you don't like longer videos, if you don't like slowing down, then maybe this class is not for you. Another important piece to keep in mind as we aim to learn and teach within this decolonial framework is the idea that everything is interconnected. So what does this mean in our context? It means that in order for this class to be effective, we have to take into consideration how this class is being experienced in your present moment right now. For example, as you're watching this video, listening to me right now, you're doing so most likely on your phone. You might be at home, at school, at work, or somewhere else. You might be indoors or outdoors. You might be really attentive. You might be a little distracted. You might even be bored. Whatever the situation, your present moment is going to influence how you experience this class. So wherever, whenever you find one of my videos coming across your FYP, take it as an invitation to pause, to simply be present in the moment, to notice the world around you. Notice it, take it in, and let it become a part of your lived experience. To engage in this class fully, we're going to need to use our imagination to reimagine how ordinary TikTok features can be tools for classroom facilitation. For example, the comment section is going to be our discussion board. So if you have insights, reflections, questions that you want to ask, feel free to put it all into the discussion board and interact among your classmates. Duets will be really useful for practice exercises. So I might teach you a particular practice exercise, and then you can duet me to do the same practice exercise with me side by side. You can also do that with your classmates. If you see one of your classmates practicing, go ahead and duet them and do the practice with them side by side. Stitches are going to be really good for expanding on and building out ideas and also story sharing. Homework and presentations will be turned in via the duets and the stitches, depending on the type of assignment that it is. In order to find the homework that you turn in, it's going to be really important that you use hashtags specifically for our course, so that way I can find the homework and find all those videos, and that way your classmates can also find them too. The hashtag that I want you to use anytime that you are creating something for this class is going to be SOWK403, Social Work 403, okay? So anytime that you're creating a video relevant to our class, whether it's a question, homework, or anything else, use the hashtag SOWK403, okay? You can also use other hashtags that are relevant to the course material, whatever we're talking about, whatever we're discussing. Feel free to throw those hashtags in as well. It might also be helpful to throw in a hashtag for Hillman Talk University as well, just to kind of keep it within that group. If questions come up for you at any point in the course and you want to dive a little bit deeper, feel free to send me a DM with those questions, or you could do a video reply, and I will try to get back to them as soon as I am able. My live streams are going to be my office hours. I'm going to do my best to try to host office hours once a week. That way you can join and ask all your questions, and we can have open discussion and live dialogue about some of the topics that we are discussing here. I will do my best to also share with you ahead of time when those lives are going to take place so that you can join. So with all of that said, I'd like to test out the functionality of this format by assigning you your first 2 assignments. Assignment number 1. I want you to go to native-land.ca to go look up who the original stewards are of the land in which you live on. Then come back to the discussion board and share your findings. I want this class to become more acquainted with the indigenous peoples on whose land we are currently living on. Assignment number 2. You're going to do a video introduction, stitching and replying to this video, sharing your name or an alias if you feel more comfortable, your pronouns if you feel comfortable, your motivation for signing up for this class, and when I say signing up, I just mean following me, and what do you hope to learn from this class? So I will introduce myself first. My name is Javier Omar Melendez Vega. You can call me Viero, which is a combination of my first and middle name, or if you feel comfortable, you can call me Professor V. I'm a licensed clinical social worker, and I live in the territory of the Tapilam Coahuiltecan Nation in Yanaguana, which is also known as San Antonio, Texas. I was inspired to create this course because in my work, sometimes it feels like we're just putting band-aids to cover up symptoms instead of addressing the larger issues that are causing us to experience these things in the first place. I'm also really inspired to have these discussions with y'all because it is relevant to my personal cultural reconnection journey. I am Puerto Rican, and I've been on a journey of reconnecting to my Boricua Taino roots, my Afro-Indigenous roots, and also reconciling my European colonial roots. So this course is a reflection of my healing journey. And although I am the facilitator of this course, I believe that we are all both teachers and learners. So I hope that I can learn from your lived experiences, your stories as well, and that together we can just gain more understanding about who we are as people, as humans on this planet Earth. I look forward to going on this journey with you. I can't wait to get to know you more, and may this be an awesome first spring semester at Hillman Talk University. Go Panthers!